We have entered a new era of Halo. Oh! What's going on, monks? It's your boy YNDXCJ, and welcome back to a brand new Halo Infinite video. I don't know. Listen, we're kind of here to yap, get my thoughts out on some things, and we'll get to it. All right, so last night we had the HCS Worlds for 2024. If you've been living under a rock or don't follow Halo Esports, big last competition professionally for the year, big prize pool, many teams, yada yada yada. Space Station won, Optic came in second. I'm a little salty, but hey, it's whatever. Also a lot of great teams though. FaZe was great, Pure was great, Shopify Rebellion great. EU history was made with Legend being one of the first EU players to like win a finals event, so like pretty much put EU on the map. I really hope like after this, like the EU players get super hungry. I've always kind of been like a neutral in the Halo space when it comes to like esports, just because like, yeah, I kind of like favor Optic, but like honestly, the more the merrier, you know. Like back when Halo Infinite first came out, oh man, there was so many teams trying to compete, so many players. So I would like to like try to get back to something like that where there's just like a lot of people hungry vying to get into that, because like high level Halo is so good to watch, bro. It's so good to watch. I love it. Saltiness aside, 343 also had like their big kind of studio announcement after that, which to kind of like cut it long story short, like I've never really been the guy to like really dive hard into like info or updates, just because that's not really my style. Like I'm always the friend, like I'm the friend that's gonna like be up to date, but like I'll give you all of the like cliff note facts and then like give you like what I've been seeing and where I've got it from, and then like if you want to dive in after that, I'll like see if I can point you in the right direction, right? So essentially 343 Industries is dead. Let's just keep it a buck. Not necessarily like the studio itself, but the name is gone. So it's no longer 343 Industries, it's now Halo Studios. I mean, we've been hearing about this for a good while, but they also officially confirmed that Halo will now be on Unreal Engine instead of their god-awful fucking slip space engine, which literally had everybody ecstatic, which good. Like if you've been following Halo at all, you know that originally back in the Bungie days they were on the Blam engine, which was all right, but also had its own slew of like issues and tech that was carried over to the slip space engine when they tried to remake that, and that slip space engine was literally horrible for them in their dev work, in their dev time. In the like Vidoc, which I'll probably show on screen and things like that too, they literally said that like they were pretty much working in tandem as a tech studio and a development like game studio, because they had to spend a bunch of manpower just to like teach people the engine and like working on the engine and like fixing it. In turn made Halo Infinite like pretty much like a worse product, because it was harder for them to like get out content. It was harder for them to essentially upkeep the game in like a way that literally any other live service game has been for the past like 2 or 3 years, just because the engine was just hindering them in their output, right? Also, I'm not gonna lie, just to kind of like deviate real quick, I'm not really a big fan of the new logo. It's all right, I get what they were going for, but like holy Jesus, I don't know about all that one. Like it's unique, it's definitely unique, but it just looked a little like, it kind of looked like almost like an unfinished product. Like this is like the MVP. Yeah, so not a big fan of the logo. I hope that gets workshopped, but I mean it's not like god awful, it's just like a little weird. And then like I said, in the Vidoc they showed a bunch of like a bunch of in-engine footage for like how Halo's gonna look in Unreal, and I'm not gonna lie, they did like they did a pretty solid job on like capturing the look of the game. Now a lot of people were talking about, yeah, well, how's it gonna feel, how's it gonna play, which are like, obviously those are good questions to have, but first things first, if the game don't look anywhere remotely close to what motherfuckers have been playing for like the last 20 years, we're already starting off in a not so great situation. So I'm glad that they were able to get the look down. You know, you could definitely tell it's different, but like it's also got that vibe to it, that vibe going on. So that was like kind of like all the main points. They're no longer named 343. They're now Halo Studios. Halo's gonna be an Unreal Engine. They're working on like a shit ton of, not a shit ton, they're working on multiple Halo projects, which a lot of people speculated like maybe it's going to be like a one-off multiplayer thing, maybe like a campaign thing, obviously new game, stuff like that, right? But nothing like hard confirmed, just that they're working on multiple Halo projects, right? Which is nice to hear as a Halo fan, that they have like a bunch of stuff in the works, because you just don't know. But yeah, I've kind of wanted to come on here and like kind of just have this be like a benchmark for like me, where I'm at like mentally with this, and like kind of just talk with y'all about some things, because like I've always wanted this channel to be like kind of like a place where we can hang out and talk, you know what I'm saying? Just because like I would love to make new friends in the space, thing like that. I've always kind of been like not super involved with the Halo community, just because I mean, if you've been on social media, you know how it works. Motherfuckers in the Halo community are like some of the weirdest but like coolest people on the planet, right? Some of the motherfuckers in the Halo community online just don't give us a good rep, right? So like as a content creator and things like that, that's just never really been in my like area to kind of like interject too much. There's a lot of cool creators in the space, but as like an overall fandom and community, it's been not so great. So I've always wanted my like channel to be like a spot where like we could have like a civil discussion, or like just talk about stuff or whatever. It don't always gotta be like Halo related, but just in general, you know what I'm saying? This is like kind of a big thing for me, because I've always been like a Halo guy, literally since CE. Big Halo 3 kid, big Halo Reach kid, loved Halo 5. You know, I've kind of just always enjoyed Halo for what it was. Halo Wars was like my jam, kind of like got me into RTS games and things like that. Like everybody always kind of like reflects on the Bungie days and nostalgia, and like that's when like that was like the last time Halo was good. And like look on 343 era of like rose tinted glasses is always like the nostalgia thing, but I think it'll probably be like blood red goggles when it comes to like the 343 Industries era. And I'm not gonna lie, obviously like there was a lot of rough patches with that 343 era, right? A lot of rough patches, but there was also a lot of like solid things about their time with the franchise. This is where it gets weird, right? A lot of people are skeptical, saying it's pretty much just the same name, it's the same company just with a different name, right? But also, if you've been looking and following the track record of the company, like all the higher up motherfuckers are gone that like have been leading the franchise in not a great spot. And then like a lot of the like people who worked on Halo Infinite and like some of the 343 games are kind of out of there as well, especially with the help of the big ass Microsoft layoffs that happened, I think twice this year. So there's a lot of fresh faces, not only like in the grunt work area and the dev work area, but also up top as well. And like Peter Hines, PH man, PhD, Pierre Hines. Sorry, homie, your name is a little funky, but yeah, he's been giving a lot of good breath to the like fandom with like how he's trying to lead this new era of Halo games with Halo Studios. I said it when Halo Infinite dropped. I've been saying it throughout. I was saying it during Halo 5. You know, I'd rather have more bad Halo than no Halo at all. Not saying that this new era is going to be bad. It's looking very promising. We're seeing a lot of good stuff, even if it's all just like in-engine stuff. Just give me more Halo that I can play, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I want. But obviously, we've all in the Halo community have kind of been starved for a good game. And at least with that like 343 era, it was always something missing. Halo 4, they had like a solid, alright story. Motherfuckers did not like the multiplayer. Halo 5, the story was trash. You could go either or in the multiplayer. You pretty much either loved it or hated it. And then Halo Infinite kind of had like the whole thing, but it just wasn't there, like, or like wasn't there fast enough. Like, it's always something missing with that era of games. And I'm hoping with this like new era, we kind of start off fresh. We start off good. And obviously like that with new name, new engine, new leadership, new devs, we kind of are starting off on like a new footing. Like, yeah, even if it's just something small that we can kind of get into, you know what I'm saying? And like, it'd just be nice to like really start this new like era of Halo off on a right foot, you know? Just kind of like on like a little side note, like again, like I said, Halo's always kind of been like a big part of my life, but like even growing up, like I've always been a big shooter guy. And when you come from like my kind of era, it was like Halo, Battlefield, and Call of Duty. Those are like the big dogs. Gears of War a little bit too, but like really for me at least, it was Halo, Battlefield, and Call of Duty that like I really grind religiously. Like with Battlefield 2042 being kind of rough, everybody has everything to say about Call of Duty. I mean, it's still kind of like doing well, but like that kind of like spark for the game is gone as well, and at least in a lot of people's eyes. I still play it a lot and enjoy it for what it is, you know. But even still, like it would be nice to kind of get back to that point where like those games are, even if they're not like popping like how it used to be, like they're solid, and like you have an option in those games again, you know. Especially with Halo, bro. Like I've always appreciated what Halo gave for me, the type of gameplay it was. Even with like outside of like the whole like competitive multiplayer with the campaign, firefight, you know, custom game, stuff like that. It would definitely be nice to like bring that sense of like community and focus and drive back to the Halo fandom through like a solid game, you know. That's really what we need at the end of the day. It's just like a solid game. We almost had it with Halo Infinite. I mean, like it was pretty much there, but we didn't get it all the way. As a young buck that came up on Halo, bro, it would be nice to see that game kind of regain some of its former glory, you know. Obviously, I think the fandom, the like multiplayer gaming space in general has already kind of like moved away from arena shooters and 6v6 stuff. I mean 4v4 stuff anyway. So obviously, if it really wants to like be back, it would have to regain the masses in some way, which like it already can because it's fucking Halo. Like if you picked up a controller, you played a shooter game, you played video game, you know who Master Chief is, you know what Halo is, bro. And I think it was like Mint Blitz or somebody. I think it was Mint Blitz. He was like, bro, you do not realize how many Halo fans are actually out there and are just waiting for a banger game, bro. And like we saw a glimpse of it with Halo Infinite, where when they dropped, everybody was talking about it, everybody was on it, everybody was playing it, even if it was for like a short-lived amount of time. Bro, imagine if we just had something like that like stretched for years, bro. Even if it's just like a multiplayer thing with some campaign updates every few years. Banger, bro. Give it to me. I just, look, man, would like to see Halo Studios start off on the right foot. And I'm just taking this time to take a mental check-in with not only myself, but y'all out there as well, my Halo peeps, my Halo brothers and sisters and theys and thems. We need a banger. We need a unify, you know. Give us a game to unify under. That's all I need. That's all we asking for. It's my boy Wine TJ. Catch you on the next one. Peace out.